Greetings, fellow mercenaries. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to Wartales, episode 11, Turncoats. Alright, let's keep moving. Let's avoid the law. And get over to the rat nest. And maybe this time doing the rat... Oh, God, the law's on the road. Maybe this time doing the rat nest will actually make a bit of an attempt to clear some of the plague samples. Although I wish I had more archers for that, because the plague samples poison the hell out of you unless you have archers to be able to take it down ranged. And it looks like you guys want me to invest in workshop, so let's go ahead and get the better strategy table. So for that I need 10 wood. Getting more valor points would be really nice. Guitar Lil, and thank you for the cheers too.
Might I interest you in my humble wares, my good sirs?
Oh, that's a helmet I sold her long ago. So we'll sell the old axe, the old armor. I have 8 salt. I have plenty of food, so I don't really need the wheat for bread. Although I'll buy 1 or 2 in case I want to make bread. And then, because I don't want to part with my iron to make lockpicks, I'll just buy lockpicks for every time I break a pick. Question. What profession for Turtle? Stay as a scholar? Become an apothecary? Or swap with someone else to do, like, wood cutting or mining? So wood cutting or mining is more more in tuned with his class because it's strength based, but it would mean that I would have to give up the progress for my miners. So for that, Helga has 17 points towards the next tier of wood cutting, and then our miner is, where's our miner? Has 12 points. So mining is maybe the cheapest one to do. Also, with that in mind, Roy doesn't really need Constitution. He's a Vanguard, but I don't know. You guys can decide. Alright, there's a bit of a problem here. The guards are coming up the road, and there's nowhere for me to ditch, so I'm going to go around the road here and use climbing buttons to avoid them. It kind of sucks to commit crimes and then to have it snowball. So I'm trying to avoid the snowballing, where, like, one crime leads to more crimes. Ooh, and we found climbing gear up here. That makes my life a little easier. Sorry, coppers, you can't catch me. And then we bypass him. Yeah, using my brain. Oh, I'm getting ambushed by the law. And we need a camp.
You are wanted for a number of crimes. We will not let you go until you have paid the fines you owe.
Fine, I'll pay them. I was 101, I almost dropped my wanted level.
Thank you for your contribution.
I was so close. Ambushing jerks. Alright, before I camp, I wanted to check out this merchant. I can't believe they caught me at, like, the last possible second. So it looks like you guys want me to swap with woodcutting or mining?
Might I interest you in my humble wares, my good sirs?
No. So I'll camp here. And Turtle, what profession for Turtle? Woodcutter, miner. So for Turtle, a woodcutter would give him strength, and a miner would give him constitution, and he's kind of like a tank, so maybe constitution, but it's kind of up to you. I don't really care which, because both our woodcutter and our miner haven't actually leveled up, so there's nothing lost. What's funny is that there's a monolith right here to study. So if you're wondering about that, Helga is our current woodcutter, but she's also like a berserker with an axe, so it kind of makes sense for her to keep the axe. And then Roy is our miner, and Roy would then subsequently switch to something else. So Roy, being a vanguard, could a little bit benefit maybe from like willpower for scholar. It's a thought. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to switch him to scholar. So that someone can study this monolith. And then Turtle looks to be switching to miner. Alright. Did I buy ingredients? Yes. Mutton stew. And wolf sausage. I've been slaying wolves left, right, and sideways. And some bread. I need to buy more salt. I still haven't even seen anyone sell milk to be able to make hemp tea. Let's try to have a more varied diet. Not that it really matters, but... Mutton stew with apples and mushrooms. That sounds pretty good. Today is the pay period, so I'm going to pay them. And there we go. They're happy. Of course they are.
Might I interest you in my humble wares, my good sirs?
We wanted a better two-hander. That's expensive, though. So while the guard leadership... So it's deals 65% strength damage to all units in the area, applies bleeding if the armor sustained damage. You know, I have the money. I'm just going to do it. Or, actually, before I do that, I've already learned how to make two-hander weapons, so it would actually be a bit of a waste to buy that, because I'm going to want to make the two-hander weapons to gain the benefits from additional knowledge points. So right now, I'm jumping into the haunted section so that we can... Oh, no. Don't! No! I wanted a ghost hunt. I saw the ghost right in front of me, but I couldn't catch them. That's annoying. Next time.
Might I interest you in my humble wares, my good sirs?
I was just mentioning how I wanted to buy salt. Thank you. So, Rat's Nest and... the followers. I'll do the Rat's Nest first. And this time around, even though I don't have an apothecary, I'm going to try to get as many reagents from the, like, poison pits as possible. I'll probably aim for, like, 2 of them. Any more, and it gets greedy. So let's see. We have... Can I identify the nests? So there's a nest here, so that's going to be spilling out enemies like crazy. So I'll put shield in this spot. This broodmother's really well protected from that angle, though. Meaning that, maybe have Roy here and Diamond here, attacking the back. That's more open. Cathanon is really good at doing single-hit damage quickly. So I can have Cathanon and Jazz try to focus on this infected outgrowth. Although there are rats that are going to spill out of this hole. Maybe I'll just go for 1 outgrowth. I won't get too greedy. Because the thing is, if you go for too many of them, the longer the fight lasts, the weaker you get, and the more dangerous the broodmother becomes. And the broodmother heals every round. So the longer the fight drags out, the more likely you are to just lose. And I'm going to go red for this. This is going to be a little dangerous. So my opening move here is going to be a big slam with Roy. Oh man, I can't even charge past them because they're so thick as thieves. I hadn't anticipated not being able to reach the other side because I can't queue up this ability. That's fine. So Roy's already getting fevered. So when we enter, we get poisoned. There we go. So this infected outgrowth is... Kath could probably finish off next turn. So maybe I'll have Jazz try to go after a different one. I'll have Jazz come down here and start shooting this one. Now the issue that Jazz is going to have is I think rats spill out of this area. So we'll do 2 infected outgrowths. Got it. It's funny that I slowed down an infected outgrowth because it's, you know, it doesn't move around. Alright. Shield. You're going to have to cut your way through these rats to be able to get to the other side. And then Helga is going to do a heck of a lot of cutting. Deals... Okay, no one has guard, so that her guard ability doesn't really matter at all. Really? 1 HP left? Oh, no, there we go. Sweet. And I'm going to kill this one, too. Just to open up the field so I can get closer to the broodmother. Pretty good turn. Alright, die. Let's start stacking poisons on the broodmother. So that when we want to kill her, it's a little bit easier. Oh no, she's immune to poison. Yeah. Pyrophobic, but immune to poison. Alright, and then Turtle. Let's kill some of the plague rats in front. The other thing I could do is a rallying cry or an ovation. So if we have units engaged, they will gain ripostes to be able to retaliate, which will be, I think, helpful. So then when the rats attack me, I attack back. So here's the broodmother. It's going to heal and summon in more rats. Okay, and then there's rocks coming down from there. So, this round, let's try to finish off these outgrowths. 1 and 2. And then get the hell out of this poison puddle. So you can definitely see how the longer this takes, the more dangerous it is. Trying to go for all 6, you'd have to have quite the powerful crew. Jazz, can you finish this off? Actually, I'm not going to take Jazz's turn right now. I'd rather have extra temporary valor points. Meaning... Oh, I didn't mean to use that attack. Oh well. What I wanted to do is... Turtle, you're going to have to move out of the way. Turtle, how do you make valor points? You... Oh, you don't. Okay. Yeah, get out of the way and just slice. And that was the retaliate I was talking about. So if Roy stands here, he'll gain a temporary point for multi-hit. Broodmother is Brink of Death. I could just crush her right now and kill her for the win. But I did mention wanting to try to take out the second outgrowth, so I'm going to do that instead. Because no one's like wounded enough that they're on the ropes. I still have plenty of breathing room here. There we go. So there's 2 outgrowths. Nice. End my turn next to a teammate. Get another valor point. At this point, we've done what I set out to do, which is kill 2 of them. So instead of getting extra greedy, I'm just going to kill the broodmother and walk away with 2 cleared without too many wounds or broken armor. So the more you kill, the more alchemical and loot reagents that you get, obviously. So more samples, more blood, more bait, etc., etc. Killed 6 rats and 2 growths. Fulfilled that contract. Repair the armor. Nobody got wounded. And we have plenty of mojo left over to go and kill the bandit crew. We have a contract to...
Might I interest you in my humble...
Oh, I already traded with him. To kill some bandit group that's like I'm right next to. Oh, I think it's over here. It's these guys.
Oh, mercenaries! Is the good King of Alizar finally forked out the crowns? Had he given us the raise we deserve, I wouldn't have spat in his face. Believe me, whatever the old miser promised you for our heads is nowhere near enough.
No, I'm gonna attack you anyway. I was paid to. Sorry, but I need money. Alright, so they do have a boss here. The boss does not have one of those, they're fugitives. She doesn't... Wow, she has a really nice looking axe. Holy moly. I hope I get that as a reward. That's, that thing looks heavy. So there's a bunch of mud everywhere, which kind of sucks. I hate starting in mud. There's other, like, these fences are terrain blockers. The first one that acts is this archer, and they sling mud. Ow, gross! Come on, man! Don't sling mud. That's just awful. So I want to put someone that can reach him in one turn to stop him from slinging mud on my face. So we'll put Roy up there to smash him in the face. Then the person that acts after that is this sentry. They just have a weakening strike. The sentry's range won't allow them to get close to anyone, provided that Roy attacks from the north, so that's fine. Then the person after that will be this sentry. So we're probably going to want to just team up on this sentry to kill this sentry quickly, so that its weakening strike can't start stacking. And I think what I'll do is then I'll put shield here to lock down their lieutenant, because the lieutenant has a big old axe, and I don't want to really get hit by big old axe. So Die, can you reach? Okay, so this sentry is going to be attacked by Kath and Die. This Sagittarius is going to be locked down by Roy. And then this Sagittarius will be locked down by Helga, allowing Jazz and Shield to attack the lieutenant. I'm not going to worry too much about this sentry, because I'm going to allow it to act before it can close the gap between me and anyone. Got it. Okay, I have my game plan. Let's enact it. So now he has to punch me. Not very effective. Alright, next up will be this sentry. So I don't want to act... I don't want to put anyone within this sphere of influence. Which means, instead, Kath, you close to kill this sentry. Or do damage. You don't actually need to kill him. Wouldn't hurt to kill him. So now Kath has mortally wounded the sentry, and Die is behind him for the killing blow. This sentry can't actually reach Roy. So... Die, finish off this sentry for me. And that will give me another Valor point. Done. And we're galvanized. So the Sagittarius, this guy, acts next. So Helga's going to lock him down. Maybe from here. Oh, ouch. Well, he dead. And Helga hasn't had enough, so she's going to keep going. Leaving the lieutenant with almost nothing left in the tank. I love it. Turtle, you can't even reach the enemy, so maybe Jazz. Jazz takes some pot shots. I have an 80%. I'm going to use my run ability. Oh, I can't run up that way? That's annoying because of the stupid fence. No, I'm not going to use run. Sorry, Jazz. You're just going to stand there. I'm really bad at I've been so bad at positioning my archers. Fine. And then Shield, you finish off the lieutenant. Well, that's disgusting. They want to flee, but I don't care. I want coin. I was paid to kill all of them, not just 3 of them. Alright, the first one that moves is the Sagittarius, which is just going to punch Roy. That's not a big deal. Helga has a hell of a lot of bloodlust, so let's have her murder the other one. She is quite the dominant. Oh my god. Girl! You just... Yeah, really? Okay. Alright. Yep, he's dead. And the Sagittarius is dead. That was not much of a fight. I was strategizing like it was going to be a fight, but it wasn't. And I did get maim. Or mutiny. And it leveled up, too. It was a level 2 mutiny, and I got it, and now it's level 3. And I also got a buckler. So, like, that could not have been better. Sweet. So Roy leveled up. Roy, let's give you mutiny. Oh, it's a... you can't use it. Helga, you want it? So this is a area of attack. I kind of like the Peace Bearer's Axe more, to be honest. That overconfidence is, like, honestly a better ability. And I could give her a shield, but honestly, the throwing hatchet's way more funny. For her to just run around with 2 axes is just hilarious. Who can use this? So this is one of the issues that I've... well, issues. This is one of the... head scratchers about this game is like I do find it difficult to figure out what weapons what classes can use. So I guess Turtle can use the mutiny. All right, I'm all right with that. Well, as long as it's being used. And then the Iron Axe can go to Roy, I guess, with the shield. No, he can't use an axe because he's a vanguard. He's a mace and shield only. So Helga, Turtle, Helga and Turtle are the only ones who can use mutiny. Who should get the 2-hand axe? So I gave it to Turtle, but I could give it to Helga. I could have them switch. Which would mean Turtle would have a sword and board. Which is more similar to his name. It's up to you. That other shield that I got, is it better? No, it's worse. Yeah, it's worse. Let's level up Roy. And I'm going to level up Roy with his willpower. So, because he's a scholar. So as he levels up scholarship a little bit more, his willpower should hit 15, which gives him a saving throw against death. Which is pretty strong. We still don't have the wood for the banner. But, oh, there's wood right here. 1 wood. Oh, come on. I don't need resin. I wanted wood. So the missions up here for the Rhadamant infestation and for the deserter band are done. So we'll head back towards town and then see if there's any missions on the way past the Pedra Mountain Mine and the Tomb of the Ancients. And you guys are like, just leave it to Turtle. Okay. So I won't adjust the gear any further. So, in terms of gear, Roy needs a better two-hander. He's got a low-level one. Helga is all set. Daya is all set. Jazz is all set. Turtle's now all set. Kath is all set. Shield's all set. So it's just Roy. Roy really needs a two-hander. And will be... where it's pretty solid if... once that happens. Helga might... I might want to give Helga a torch instead of a throwing hatchet. So I'm going to craft a torch for her, using the only wood that I have. Because that increases her critical hit chance, which is probably better than critical hit damage. Plus, she kind of looks like a Viking marauder now. Because yeah, I'd rather have the crit hit chance and the vision. Because vision is a big deal in battle. Lurking enemies in the shadows can be a real problem. So if that's the case... I do have this old axe that, like, nobody needs now. So it, yeah. So if you guys want him to use Mutiny, then, yeah, he won't be sword board. I was originally thinking of him being sword board, and that might change in the future once I have, different weapon set. We'll keep him with the two-hander. Ooh, ghosts! I'm gonna hunt some ghosts with my almost no fatigue I have left.
Might I interest you in my humble wares, my good sirs?
I wish there was more, like, timber that you could just buy off of the traders. Alright, come on, ghosts, fight me. Yeah. Well, let's demonstrate Turtle's brand new spinning attack thingy. Might as well. And what's going to be important is that he acts really early on, so he doesn't hit anyone else. And now they're vulnerable. So the next attack will be a critical hit, which works really well with Jazz. Because Jazz shoots twice if I crit. So there's some good synergy there. Of course, that doesn't really help me when I kill in one shot, but still. The, armor upgrades? Yes. There is a possibility to do armor upgrades. I've been holding off on it mostly because I just simply don't need that right now. But, I can consider that when the things that we're facing are too hard for me. Oh, there's Helga. I was like, where is Helga? Easy peasy. And we got a lot more white leather. That's awesome. Because that's the that's what we need to craft the really nice stuff. That's what I was hoping to get. Hey, there's chance for woodcutting now. Helga, you're up on it? Our pony leveled up? Let's give you, ironically, more willpower. That's all the cooking. How close are we to leveling up everyone's professions? Let's see. So our cook is about to level up to experienced. Kath is already experienced, but not very far into it. Turtle's never minded a day in his life. Jazz is experienced at thieving, but not very. Experienced at tinkering, but not very. Novice at woodcutting, but is leveling up maybe at the end of tonight. And then Roy has just started scholaring. Nothing left for me to craft. I would love to make the better cooking pot, but we need wood, and I've just been bad at getting that. Or the strategy table, or the banner. Everything is wood required. And that's been a real bottleneck for us. And, of course, we get resin, not wood, from the tree stump. I think you only get resin, though? And then Helga has a voice choice here. I beg you, St. Gero. Please, I can't go back in there. I simply can't. Those squirming rats, the plague, the stench, what a nightmare. So she's having, like, a crisis of faith. So I could pray, and she would have her willpower lowered by 2. I could empower, suggested by Jazz. So it would fatigue her, but the damage against this, it doesn't say it's permanent. I'd worry that it would be. This fatigues her, but the damage against plague-infested outgrowths increased by 50% until the next battled rat infestation. Or talk about my fears to lower my happiness and my valor points. So, what do you guys think? Pray, empower, or talk? Ooh, and I am about to unlock a Power and Glory bonus. At the end of this. Or I probably have had that option, and I just ignored it. So you guys want me to empower. So we're fatigued, but Helga can kill the plague-infested outgrowths real good up until the next one we do. Alright, now... here is the bonuses for Power and Glory. So Bravest of the Brave, maximum valor points goes up 1, but I would need Feat Makers, which is a knowledge skill first. Left-handed Specialist, having 2 hands means they should use both efficiently. Forging left-handed weapons requires -1 of each part, so, you know, being able to use more throwing weapons. Improvised Restoration would require Restoration, which is to repair armor even better. Art of the Forge. Your troops can rely on passionate and diligent blacksmiths, so Forge weapon stats are increased, and Forge armor stats are increased. That'd be pretty good. Strict rationing. Food really hasn't been an issue for us. Trade goods, really don't care about that. Champion Craftsman. As long as a piece of armor is properly cared for, it's possible to improve it beyond the usual limitations. Forged armor have an additional 1 armor layer slot. So I don't have any armor layer slot I don't know how to make any of the armor layers yet, but, like, we would get a bonus one. And then, Careful Salvagers. Your companions learn to take better care of their armor. Armor layer removed from their slots are no longer destroyed. For power, your troop learns more from their fights, but that requires for money. Opportunists. Your companions learn to take advantage of their opponent's weaknesses. Damage from opportunity, attacks of opportunity goes up 5%. For glory, troop tends to boast after beating an opponent. Influence gain has gone up. Or Ruthless. Defeating first opponents greatly increases chance of victory. So each enemy killed increases morale by 1. So some of these are really, really strong, but I would need for money and for glory first, which is here. So for money, and then once I get for money, which that was the next knowledge point that I was probably going to spend. That would allow me to then get for power and for glory And then that leads to ruthless and opportunist. So there's a lot of synergy there, and it might be wise to get for money next. I've been eyeballing it for the longest time anyway, but it leads to now 4 different upgrades as well.
Might I interest you in my humble wares, my good sirs?
I'm gonna buy all their iron ore. Hell yeah. We're behind you. Are you about to get ambushed?
You in my humble wares, my good...
No. Well, actually, I would be a better weapon for Roy, but I did want to craft the next one. I just haven't been getting the wood that I need. But I'll keep an eye out looking for wood.
Might I interest you in my humble wares, my good sirs?
Medium helmet with critical hit and damage increased by 10% for each debuff? Nah, I don't need that. So we're making our way over to... We're going to pass by Stromcap. And then I'll go through Stromcap over to the next location after getting paid for all of the bounties I've done.
Might I interest you in my humble wares, my good sirs?
Please, for the love of God, someone sell me wood. It's in the forge. What can I make? Nothing. The helmet, I guess? Okay. I kind of figured it was like that.
You can use my anvil. I can also repair your armor.
He's selling cheaper farmer rags. Yeah, I'm not that interested, buddy.
Come, come. Those refugees. I understand there's a war.
Was there a
You
logging
touch
camp?
it, you buy it.
I mean, there is a logging camp, but I've been there, and it's usable, like, once.
I understand there's...
So, one of those, like, been there, done that kind of situations.
Might you be looking for work? Here is your reward.
Alright. I am headed west. So the Vanquishing the Hugrick gang is in the same direction, so I might as well pick that up. We are running out of contracts here, so it might be time to think about wrapping up this zone and moving on.
Might I interest you in my humble wares, my good sir?
Nice. So they're all grouped together. That's great. I'm just trying to make as much progress heading towards the Pedros Mountain Mine and then the Tomb of the Ancients before nightfall.
Might I interest you in my humble wares, my good sirs?
Interesting dagger. Interesting helmet. Any unit dealing melee damage to this unit has a 20% chance to suffer from bleeding. I don't need it. I generally don't like... I mean, critical hit chance is one thing, but I don't like chance to proc, because it's just unreliable.
Might I interest you?
I'd rather have something that is guaranteed to happen every time. Did I need something with sandstone? Let me double check. I think the next... the next cooking pot requires wood, and we already have the tier 2 campfire, so no, I don't need to buy the sandstone.
Might I interest you in my...
Thank you for tuning in to Wartales, which originally streamed live on Twitch July 27th as a marathon. If you have any questions for me, let me know in the comments below, but please keep in mind that I'm relatively new to the game, and this was also streamed once as a marathon, meaning feedback cannot be incorporated. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, like this marathon, you can go to Rhadamant.com for my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams, as well as a link to Twitch. And if you would like to join my online gaming community as well, you can go to Rhadamant.com or a link in the description of this video to join Discord. Thank you so very much for watching. A special thank you to my Patreon patrons, Twitch subscribers, and those that turned out for the marathon, and also viewers like you that tuned in on YouTube and made it all the way to the credits. So thank you so very much. I hope to catch you in next episode or an upcoming stream of mine. Farewell, my fellow mercenaries.